Is everything all right? Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about Martha. Who's Martha? Martha May Hoosier? Welcome to Daybreak. My name is Ian and we're playing Detective Instinct, my beloved. In the last episode, we found ourselves on a train going to a certain place. I don't remember where it was. I don't even remember where we came from. But my guy's name is Wilmst. I named him that. And we just saw a murder, and we went on a train, and turns out there's probably another murder that took place. My friend Emma saw a girl that has disappeared. We're trying to figure out what happened to her. Is my friend actually crazy and never saw a girl to begin with? That's always a possibility. But we went into this room of this man and woman, and we were looking for clues. They came in, found us, yet this guy in the top hat covered for us, although he doesn't talk. So we're going to talk to the woman. Monty, please, where is the aspirin? I simply cannot stand this headache any longer. Okay. You don't remember where you put the bottle. Oh, Monty, what am I supposed to do? Oh, my head, what am I to do? Check area. So these are the people who can afford this ridiculous room. They must be absolutely loaded. Well, he has a top hat, so obviously he is. Well, the aspirin is over there on the table. Oh, my head, what am I to do? Okay, is there an aspirin bottle in here somewhere? Yeah, take that. Let's give this to her before she collapses. Show the aspirin. I want to keep the ring. Oh, that's right. We found a ring, and it's the ring from the title card. So it's obviously going to be very important. And it has an engraving on the inside that's not English. We found the aspirin bottle. You did? Quickly, give it to me. Okay. Oh, you're a lifesaver. What would I have done without you? I don't know. Look a little to your left, maybe? I'm feeling better already. I suppose looks aren't everything. You were actually somewhat helpful. That was fast-acting aspirin. You said you wanted to ask us some questions? Yes, I suppose we can spare some of our time, but please make it quick. My name is Veda, and this is my husband, Monty. What do you want? Is he related to a mole? What am I? Check Veda. This woman seems like a real piece of work. Sure, Monty. His outfit sure is interesting. Why isn't he saying anything? Because he doesn't have a tongue. Top hat. Would you mind not oogling my husband? It's quite unsettling. Sorry, I was just admiring his hat. Oh, is that right? Yeah, I think it looks cool. More men should wear hats like this, don't you think? Are you making fun of me? Yes, I am. That's right, because she said that. But I agree, I think everyone would be better if we had top hats. I don't want to show her the ring. I don't want that. Talk. Train? My husband and I are going on holiday to London. Monty doesn't like flying, so we're taking the train. Missing woman. I already told the young lady, Monty and I haven't any idea what she's talking about. But Monty's not even talking about anything. Take where? You. Not here. Here. Oh! Oh my gosh. Hands off. I'm sorry, I was just looking. The jewelry in that case is worth more than your life, you barbaric middle-class Neanderthal. Don't even look at it. Yes, ma'am, I apologize. Good. Terrifying, but I guess there's more than just those cards in that case. That's right, they were like just some playing cards or something. What are these two hiding? I want to take off your hat. His outfit sure is interesting. Monty, was it? Come on, Monty. Is everything okay? You haven't spoken since you got here. You're wasting your time, dear. Monty doesn't even speak. He doesn't speak? Correct. Monty prefers to leave all the talking to me. Isn't that right, darling? What the world? Monty, if he doesn't speak, then how do I know what he's thinking? Dear, when you've been in a relationship as long as us two, you don't need words to understand each other. Monty and I are a team. Perhaps someday you'll learn what it means to be truly in love like the two of us. I have known a few people where they are married and their wife only does the talking and the husband is actually completely silent like this. It's very weird and I don't like it. I wonder how much her idea of true love involves expensive jewelry. Okay. Talk to missing woman. Do you remember seeing Emma earlier? Oh, is that her name? Other than the time she so rudely interrupted our lunch to interrogate us with nonsensical questions, I can't say I do. But, do you disagree? Are you calling me a liar, young lady? No, ma'am, I'm sorry. It's all right, dear. It isn't your fault you weren't taught any manners as a child. I forgive you. Ignore her, Emma. Monty. Monty, what do you do for a living? It's none of your business how my husband makes his money. Ignore him, Monty. I feel like he's about to talk. So, what do you do, Miss Veda? What do I do? What an insipid question. A woman of my stature has no need to work for a living. It should be embarrassing. Not that the two of you would understand. You both look distinctly middle class. This is exhausting. Okay. Train. We're going on holiday to London. We have no idea what she's talking about. Monty! Hey, Whoops, doesn't Monty look a little bit sad to you? Yeah, he does. Or at least he looks very tired. I'd be tired too if I was married to her. If he looks tired, then it's possible that he was up late last night. I was just thinking, what if we asked him about the ring? Are you sure? Feta knows something. Feta knows we took something, she'll flip out. Yeah, but I have a feeling that ring doesn't belong to them. Both of them are wearing wedding rings already. Let's just pretend we found it somewhere else. Whatever they say about it might be useful. Okay, that's a good plan. And if they've not seen it before, then why would it even be in the room at all? Hey, did either of you lose a wedding ring? We found this in one of the train cars. And lose a wedding ring? Don't be ridiculous, dear. Monty and I would never be so careless with the symbol of our eternal love. Nor would I ever be caught dead with a ring that cheap. Whoever bought that must have gotten it from a homeless person outside the jewelry store. If Monty proposed to me with that disgraceful piece of junk, I'd have him dumped on the spot. Of course, Monty would never do such a thing. He knows what I'm worth. Isn't that right, darling? Okay, so they don't know about it. So it's not even theirs. That is interesting. Let's talk more about movements. Hey, Veta, did you by any chance get a glass of wine in the lounge car earlier? What's it to you if I had a glass of wine? Can't I drink without being under surveillance? I'm sorry, I was just curious. If you must know. Yes, I ordered a glass of white wine, the finest Chardonnay they had to offer. That dreadful bug-eyed bartender tried to offer me some other swill, but I simply won't drink anything else. Monty's embarrassed by her. All right, that's enough. It's getting late. Monty and I need to get ready for bed. Did we answer your questions to your satisfaction? Will you leave us alone now? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Miss Veta. You're quite welcome. It's not often I'm this generous with my time. You know you should feel lucky. Oh, we do, Miss Veta. Very lucky indeed. Don't be snarky now. It's quite unbecoming of a young lady like yourself. Now both of you out. Interesting. I don't know about you, but I think I'm starting to get a headache now. Why? What could have possibly caused that? Are you alright, Emma? Sorry we didn't get much more information. It's okay, Wilmst. We didn't leave completely empty-handed, right? Yeah, the ring. Let's go talk to Professor Martin before it gets too late. If nothing else, he could help us, at least help us translate the engraving. Oh, and Wilmst, let's not mention anything about the missing woman. I don't want to burden him with it, too. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like he's seemed a bit tired lately. We should try not to disturb him for too long. Okay, sure, no problem. Professor Martin, he's probably reading in his cabin or something. Okay, let's go to Martin. Oh, Martin. Okay. Yes, who is it? Oh, Emma, Wilmst, come in. I haven't seen you both all day. How are you doing? We're good. How about you? Have you been enjoying the ride? Yes, I've settled in quite comfortably. Wait, he has an old man voice. This has given me the chance to catch up on some reading, and the time to grade some papers for my other classes. Why don't you both have a seat? We haven't had much time to talk these past few days. I'd love to hear your thoughts on our trip. Sure, come in, Wilmst. Yeah, sure. Guess the ring can wait a bit. Yeah, I guess we haven't talked to this guy at all, even. Look at him. He's got a huge room. So? What did the two of you think about our trip? Did you have a nice time? My favorite part was whenever the guide fell out the window and died. Oh, it was wonderful. Vendreka is so beautiful. The natural landscape is unlike anything I've ever seen before. I'm glad you think so. I've always felt my country's natural beauty was among its greatest strengths. And you, Wilmst, what did you think of your time in Vendreka? Yeah, I agree, it was beautiful. And those hot dogs were unreal. Oh, yes. I hope you know I'm expecting great term papers from both of you. This trip was more than just a vacation, after all. Bad answer. You can count on us, Professor. I've already begun drafting my paper, and I'm sure Wilmst has as well. Haha, yeah. Professor, can I ask you something about Vendreka? It's for my paper. Yes, of course. What would you like to know? Before our trip, you emphasized to Wilmst and I the importance of the Vendrekan Revolution. But when we visited the Vendrekan History Museum, there was barely any material about it on display at all. It's true that some 40 years ago, the country we know called Vendreka was split in two. This again, so it must be important. The west side gaining its independence as Vendreka, and the east side, now called Ganbrika, remaining under military occupation, correct? Yes, that is correct. This period of Vendrekan history seems so critical. Shouldn't it have been more of a focus of the exhibit? A very astute question, Emma. Truth be told, I hoped that one of you might have noticed this peculiarity. For all of Vendreka's virtues, the reality is that my country has something of a troubled past, of which the revolution was a part. I should know. After all, I was there. I caused all of it. Did you participate in the revolution, Professor? Well, I was about your age at the time it took place, so it was hard not to get swept up in all the activity. The revolution's goals were admirable. We wished to be free from the occupation that had plagued us for centuries. And regrettably, the only way that point could be heard was through violent insurrection. Our occupiers' military force was so strong, but so too was the will of my people. Eventually, to stop the violence, both parties agreed to compromise. Though it's this compromise that I feel was my country's biggest mistake. In the years since the country was split in two, Vendreka has prospered. Quality of life is better than it ever has been. The citizens live well and are happy, but the same cannot be said of Ganbrika. In the intervening years, Ganbrika has become a desolate place. Not only does it remain under occupation, but violence and poverty are the norm for its people. The compromise was never supposed to be the end. Ganbrika's independence was always intended to come close behind, but the truth is, in pursuit of peace and independence, Vendreka abandoned Ganbrika. And to this day, the prevailing viewpoint on the subject is to look the other way. It's unbelievable. Let's start a revolution and take over the government. Of course, not all Vendreka choose to live in ignorance. In recent years, many of the country's leaders have worked to make Vendreka a welcoming place for Ganbrikan refugees. Among them is Senator Gordon, my old friend. Oh yeah, it was Senator Gordon who invited you back to Vendreka to visit us, right? This trip wouldn't have happened without him. That is correct. My, I hadn't seen him for more than 40 years. This whole trip has been quite nostalgic for me, I must admit. You know, I've been wondering, why did you move to America, Professor? Because I was being hunted by assassins. Well, as much as I do love my home country, my passion has always been for English literature, as well as teaching. After finishing my undergraduate degree, I promptly moved to London to continue my studies. I eventually accepted a teaching position at University of London, and was later offered further opportunities in America. Next thing I knew, I'd been away from home for nearly 40 years. How the time flies. Anyway, since I've been gone... Dude, I don't care about you, Martin. I've, of course, kept up with the political situation in my home country. I thought it would be illuminating for you both to see it firsthand. Prosperity often comes with a price, and for Vendreka, that price was Ganbrika. Never forget that it is our responsibility not to turn a blind eye to the plight of our neighbors, even if doing so is the path of least resistance. Well, that's good. I'm thankful that leaders like Senator Gordon have worked tirelessly to welcome Ganbrikan refugees into Vendreka with open arms. And I dream of a day that reunification of our countries can be realized. Wow, the political situation in Vendreka is more complicated than I thought. Of course, Emma picked up on it right away. She's much more perceptive than I am. It's no wonder that Martin likes her so much. Meanwhile, all I can think to say is, much like those stupid hot dogs. I'm such an idiot. It's okay, hot dogs are good for you, man. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask, is this a photo album on the table, Professor? Oh, yes, I was just looking through it earlier, reminiscing. Most of the photos are from when I was a student in Vendreka. I suppose I was right around your age. Do you mind if we take a look? Not at all, though these photos are so old, I wonder if you'll even recognize me. Yeah, you look the literal exact same, just without glasses. Well, what do you think? Can you tell which one's me? That's freaking... I know this is you. It's gotta be him, right? Wow, don't tell me. Is this you, Professor, in the middle? Very perceptive, Emma. I did that! Wilmst did it, not Emma. Yes, that is me. You don't look that much different. Your hair is just a bit messier now. Haha. Dang, she beat me to it. Who are the other two people in the photo? On the left is Senator Gordon, though back then he was just a political science student. And next to me on the right is our old friend Mayor, another literature student. Oh, did you visit Mayor on the trip as well? In a sense, yes. Mayor was killed about a year after this photo was taken, during an uprising. Oh gosh. Oh my, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's alright, it's in the past now. I was able to visit his grave to pay my respects. He was a great friend, and I'm glad I knew him when I did. I killed him. As I said, as much as the revolution was necessary for our country's freedom, it was not without sacrifices. It is of course important to fight for our ideals, but in practice revolution is violent business. and I pray that none of my students will ever have to experience anything like it. Yeah. Dang. Martin's really been through a lot, hasn't he? Wow. Well, it's getting rather late. I'm going to get ready for bed. Thank you for talking with me, you two. I hope the conversation was illuminating. Thanks, Professor. Have a good night. Oh, wait, Emma, we had something we wanted to show Professor Martin, right? The whole reason we came here. That's right, I almost completely forgot. What is this? You have something to show me? It is the Ring of Sauron. Hey, Professor, we found this ring on the train. There's an engraving on it, but we think it's in Van Drecken, so we're not sure what it says. Would you be able to translate it for us? The ring? Sure, let me look. It says, one ring to find them, and in the darkness bind them. Well, you're right. This is definitely Van Drecken, though the style of the engraving suggests an Eastern influence. The Black Speech of Mordor. If I had to guess, I'd say this ring comes from Genbricka. The engraving says, To my beloved... Did Emma say the woman she met had a name that began with an A? It could be Amanda! You said you found this on the train? It appears to be a wedding ring. Quite a devastating thing to lose. Yeah, we've been trying to figure out who it belongs to. Well, whoever the ring's owner, they can't have gone far. You'll have plenty of time to search for them tomorrow. Can I have the ring back, Professor? No, it's mine now. Of course. Okay, well, let's discuss. We should thank Martin for translating the engraving. So it says, to my beloved. Okay. Thank you for the translation, Professor. Of course, it's been quite some time since I had read Van Drecken writing. It reminds me of my childhood. We won't take up any more of your time, Professor. Thanks again. Think nothing of it. Good night, you two. Good night, Professor. Hey, Wilmst, how about we go back to your cabin for a bit? I want to talk about what we found today. Okay. Good night, you two. Good night, you two. Good night, you two. So he promptly goes to bed at 8 o'clock. I have to keep that in mind. Okay. So I guess it's 8 o'clock right now then, right? Man, I'm exhausted. So much has happened today. I can hardly keep track of it all in my head. It's not that big of a deal. There's not much happened. Tell me about it. Maybe we should go over everything we found today to see where we're at. Good idea. Oh, I know. How about I quiz you? Okay. Quiz me? What do you mean? Yeah, why not? I want to see if you've really been paying attention. No! Yeah, I mean, do I have to? Oh, come on, Wilms. It'll be fun. Just let me know when you're ready. It's fine if you want to relax a bit before we get into it, though. Dude, we can do it. Okay. Is everything all right? Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about Martha. Who is Martha? Martha May Hoosier? My puppy. Haven't I ever mentioned her? No. I haven't been back to my parents' place in a while and I miss her. Did you leave her with food or did you leave her with someone that cared about her? If you just left her alone, she's probably dead. Do you have any pets, Wilms? We had a turtle when I was a kid. He was my buddy. Oh, what was his name? My parents let me name him, and I named him Tom. Tom the turtle, huh? Is this important? Laugh all you want. Tom and I had something special. You wouldn't get it. Okay, let's do the freaking review. Am I ready? Yeah, bring it on. I can do this. This is easy. Oh my gosh, this is serious. All right, let's start at the beginning. I met a woman in the observation car this morning. We shared a drink in the lounge car, then we agreed to meet for lunch. But when I tried to find her a few hours later, she was missing, and everyone I spoke to acted like she'd never existed in the first place. So I came to you for help. We decided to try and find her. Went to the lounge car to look for clues. The first thing we did was run into Detective Daltrey. Right, that was a surprise. He's continuing his investigation from last night, the murder at the hotel. Do you remember what he said the name of the victim was? The name of the victim was... Oh no. I think Otto? Yep, that's right. The man who was killed at the hotel was a Ganbrickan immigrant named Otto Keller. Okay, so this is the history of the places is going to be important for the thing. Apparently there was some connection between him and this train. But that isn't even the craziest part. It turns out Otto Keller was also working as a housekeeper for another man who was found dead early this morning. Some shady lawyer named Edison Maxwell. He was alone at his dinner table with a knife in his back. How gruesome. I forgot all about that. I wonder what all of this has to do with the train. It kind of scares me, honestly. What about you? What do you think of the detective's case? I think it's the stupidest thing I ever heard of. I want to know what Otto was doing at the hotel last night. I'm curious about the bullet they found at the scene. I don't really care, to be honest. Really? You don't care about it at all? I can't help but be curious. But you're probably right that it's none of our business. At any rate, Daltrey didn't seem to know anything about the missing woman. So we talked to the bartender next. That creep was insistent that his experimental tea blend made me hallucinate the woman's existence. I thought I was going crazy. To be honest, Emma, you did go a little crazy. Oh wait, you did go a little crazy. With that sneaking into someone's room and all. That was crazy! That's not funny, Wilms. I'm not proud of that, you know. What do you mean? You decided to do it! And besides, you're skipping ahead. Okay. The bartender told us he only sold 3 drinks this morning, which was confirmed by the cash register's records. Yeah, but those could be orders, not drinks. If 2 drinks are on one order, then that would probably just be one transaction. Do you remember what drinks he said were ordered? It was a tea, it was tea, wine, and a beer. Yeah. Exactly. He said I got a cup of tea, but only one, and that I was by myself. He said a different woman got a glass of wine, which we later learned was Veda, and that Detective Daltrey got a beer. So that means all 3 drinks are accounted for. None left for the missing woman to have had. It makes no sense. Anyway, speaking of Veda, I was certain that her and Monty saw me and the woman on our way to the lounge car earlier. After leaving the lounge car, I went back to their cabin to talk to them again, but they weren't there. And you decided to let yourself in. Correct. And then you joined me, and we searched their cabin for clues, which led us to a lost wedding ring. Can you recall exactly where we found the ring? It was in the cushions. Exactly. It was wedged between the cushions on the cabin's couch. I wonder how it got there. It had an engraving in Vendrekken, so we thought we'd ask Martin to translate it for us. But before we could leave, Veda and Monty came back. Yeah, I have so many thoughts about our conversation with them. I don't even know where to start. What do you think? Did anything in our conversation with them strike you as interesting or noteworthy? He had a cool top hat. I wonder why Monty told Veda he invited us to the cabin. It was odd that they didn't recognize the ring. Veda sure seemed reluctant to tell us what Monty does for a living. I don't care what he does for a living. I don't care that they didn't recognize the ring. Why in the world did he cover for us? Yeah, it's almost like he was covering for us. We'd have been in big trouble if we didn't. You know, it could be that his wife is so crazy that he just didn't even care that there were 2 people in his room and he just didn't want the drama of his wife going crazy. That it also is a possibility. I really want to know more about him. He seems so mysterious. Veda didn't even let us know what he does for a living. At any rate, Veda denied ever even seeing the woman. As expected, she kicked us out, and that was that. And then, finally, we talked to Professor Martin. He told us all about Vendrekka's complicated political history, how the East and the West were split during the Revolution, and how Vendrekka has prospered while their neighbor Ganbricka suffer. He also showed us an old picture of him and his friends from his college days. It's so hard to believe that he was our age once. He was pictured with two of his friends. Do you remember the name of the one on the right, the literature student? Oh no! Gordon. Oh, that's what I thought you were talking about, the one on the, Sorry. I thought I was confused. No, Gordon was the one on the left. He was a political science student. I thought you were talking about him. He went on to become a senator. It's because of his invitation that we were able to take this trip in the first place. Who was the other friend? Okay. What do you mean, which one? Which one are you talking about? Gordon. Yes, the one on the left. Oh my gosh, Okay. The mayor. He's the one on the right. Yes. Okay. I thought you keep talking about the guy on the left. He was apparently killed during the revolution. It must have been so hard for Martin to lose his friend like that. Anyway, before we left, we had Martin translate the engraving on the ring for us. So, for my last question, what are the initials on the ring? It said, "To my beloved," what? Was it AK? Yeah, AK. Like that. Yep, that was it. To my beloved AK-47. So, where does this leave us? Well, I know that the woman's name begins with an A, so I suppose it's possible that she's the AK written on the ring. Now, let's not jump to conclusions, but it's possible. Can you remember if she was wearing a wedding ring when you met her? I don't remember. But if we operate under the assumption that this is her ring, that means at some point she lost it in Veda and Monty's cabin. I definitely got the sense that Veda was hiding something from us, and I wouldn't put it past someone like her to lie. We still don't have that much to go on, though. At this point, the ring is our only clue. Yeah, but at least it's something, right? What is it, Emma? Calm down. You know, Wilms, for a minute there, I really thought I was going crazy. I thought maybe that creepy bartender was right, and it was all just a vivid dream. If I'm being honest, I'm still not entirely sure what to believe, but, well, that ring gives me some hope at least. It may turn out that this was all a waste of time, but as long as there's a small chance she's real, I don't want to stop searching until I'm sure she's okay. Thank you for helping me today, Wilmst. I'm so sorry I dragged you into all this. I don't think you are. I understand if you don't want to pursue it any further. It's actually kind of fun. You should really be using this time to plan your term paper. I know I shouldn't distract you anymore, so I think First thing tomorrow morning, we should try to find the other 3 witnesses. You said there was an old man and 2 men in polos that should have seen you with the woman together, right? Yes, that's right. The bartender confirmed to me that they were there, so I think we're bound to run into them at some point. We should keep an eye on Veda and Monty too, like you said. If this is her ring, then those 2 must know more than they're letting on. For now, though, I think we should get some sleep. I have a feeling tomorrow's going to be a long day, so we'll want to be nice and well rested. Does that sound good? Yeah, that sounds great. What's so funny? You know, Wilmst, you've really changed a lot since we first met. Have I? I know it's only been a few years, but you've really grown up in that time, you know? To think you were just barely out of high school when I started tutoring you at the writing center. I don't know anything but this. Come on, will you stop? You're barely a year older than me. I know. You just always seemed like such a baby to me back then. What is the soup? I'm sorry, that probably sounds so patronizing. My point is just that it's been a long time since then, and well, I don't know. He's just come a long way, you know? I guess it doesn't really feel like it, though. I don't think Martin thinks that highly of me, if I'm being honest. What makes you say that? I don't know. I just don't think I've impressed him at all. Not like you. I wouldn't worry about it, Wilmst. He just hasn't known you long enough. He hasn't had time to see in you what I do. What? Am I... Do I have promise? I know he can be pretty unforgiving, but I truly believe he's the best teacher I've ever had. I want you to learn as much from him as I have. I just know that your term paper is going to blow him away. Really, I believe in you. Thanks, Emma. I'll see you in the morning, Wilms, bright and early. We don't have a moment to lose. She'll be waiting for us to find her after all. Good night. Night. Ay, ay, ay. I have an apple shirt. It's so stupid. Well, next time on DayBreak, we'll continue on and into the night. You know, and if this is a true murder mystery train situation, then there's something crazy going to happen at night. And if there doesn't, then I'm going to be so disappointed. I'll see you next time. Have a happy day. Be sure to drink water. And goodbye.